Good evening, everyone. My name is Aaron Goldberg, and I'm the current president of the Lost Mural Project. Many thanks for joining us for our 10th anniversary weekend, marking the successful rescue, removal, and reinstallation of the Lost Mural here at Ljova Synagogue. We wish to again give thanks to all of our conservators, contractors, subcontractors, painters, and rescuers who helped us save the Lost Mural, and have listed all of those folks on our website. Much gratitude to all of our sponsors and concert organizers, also noted in your program, who have helped us to foster the educational mission of the Lost Mural Project. Our gratitude is also extended to the members of the Resnick family for supporting our endeavors, and for last night's tribute to Robert Resnick. And there are still some CDs out on the front lobby that the Resnick family is graciously offering to all of you. Our thanks also to Ljova, its staff, clergy, and congregants, and to Champlain College and the Media Factory for filming last night's events and tonight's events. We also would like to thank the University of Vermont Lane Series for their assistance to providing lodging for the band. And lastly, to Ljova and the Kontraband and Inna Barmash for serving as our musical artists in residence. They performed yesterday at Burlington High School, and they did master classes at UVM on Friday, and they're going to do more master classes at UVM on Monday. And they performed today at the Northern Nosh. They've had a busy weekend. Thank you for gathering tonight. It is a very special night. Tonight, November 9th through November 10th, 1938, is the night that the Nazis embarked upon violent riots and pogroms across Germany, Austria, and what is now Czechoslovakia, in what is called Kristallnacht, the night of the broken glass. Many synagogues, Jewish businesses, and Jewish museums were burned to the ground. Over 1,400 synagogues were destroyed that night, along with hundreds and hundreds of Torah scrolls. One of those rescued Torahs from that night is our Kahn Holocaust Torah, which was brought here by Professor Harry Kahn, who taught at the University of Vermont and was the director of our Hebrew School at Ljova. And that is now in the Kahn Holocaust hutch in our lounge. And please feel free to look at it. It is from the Remingen Synagogue, which was burned to the ground. And it's all located in our Ljova Archives lounge. In addition to the synagogues being burned, countless manuscripts, musical archives, and religious items and musical instruments were also destroyed that night and between 1933 and 1945. Many of those musical instruments and archives were contained in synagogues. They were also burned, which is why we lost them. Further, thousands of composers, musicians, and theatrical performers also lost their lives among the millions who were deliberately killed during the Holocaust, depriving the world of countless works that will never be composed by those victims. Destroying a people's arts, their books, their music, their poetry is a deliberate attempt to eliminate the heart and soul of a people. Tonight, we gather again to share and continue our musical journey together and to honor our traditions. In that vein, Jewish communities around the world tonight have been called upon by Yad Vashem, the World Holocaust Remembrance Center, to, quote, spread the light. Yad Vashem is asking all members of the public to leave their lights on in their houses and overnight in synagogues, cultural establishments, and places of gathering and study and communal buildings in order to symbolize the triumph of the Jewish spirit and its continuity. And tonight, we thank you again for gathering with us tonight under these lights to express the value of solidarity with all members of our community and the enduring spirit of memory of those we have lost, and to celebrate their artistic achievements with lives through their arts. Our lights will stay on tonight in this sanctuary. Now let me introduce Michael Schachter, tonight's Lost Mural Program concert coordinator. Michael's musical biography is also in your program. There will be no intermission tonight, and the performers will be announcing their own musical selections. Thank you very much.
So great to see all of you here. Welcome. This is a really exciting treat for you tonight to see Ljova and the Kontraband. He is going to introduce his selections as well as the amazing musicians playing with him. But he is also the answer to a riddle, which is what do Francis Ford Coppola, Yo-Yo Ma, and Frank Ocean have in common? They've all worked with Ljova. I give you guys Ljova and the Kontraband.
Thank you so much for coming. It's been such a blast to spend a few days here in Burlington. Who knew when I met Natalie Muir in the lobby of some New York hotel at a conference back in 2011 that we would come here in 2012 to play with the band. Maybe at our concert at UVM in 2012? No, different crowd. But nonetheless, we played here in 2012, and then we came back last season. I came back last season with a different project called Trio Fadolin, which this is kind of more of a chamber music project to UVM. And who knew then that Michael Schachter would be in the audience, and Michael and Aaron would invite us to come play at this beautiful celebration of the synagogue, of the mural, of this wonderful community. It's been such a blast to be here yesterday. Well, today is which day? Yeah, Friday I was at Burlington High School. Yesterday we played here as well. And here we are again this morning. We played for Yiddish Dancing with Ozzy and for the Northern Nosh. And here we are playing a concert of our own. This band started because I think in 2006 or 7, I released an album of multi-track viola pieces. I know, very exciting. Multi-track viola pieces. Well, you actually just heard some of them, because in order to promote an album of multi-track viola pieces, there were two ways to do it. One was to load up, a CD player and mute the melody track and just do that. And play like a Music -1, if you remember those CDs from the CD era. Yeah, remember those? Practice CDs, Music -1? Yeah, there you go. So it could have been like Music -1, or we could have started a band. And that sounded a lot more exciting. And so to promote the album of multi-track viola music, we played a couple of concerts in New York. And so that's how it started. So we played for you the second, third, and fourth track of that multi-track viola album. The second track, the first piece we heard was a new piece. The second piece was called Plume. Was written was used in a BBC documentary. The second piece was called Bagel on the Malecon, very Latin, Cuban-inspired film piece that I wrote for a film demo. The third piece was called Plume, written for a BBC documentary. And this last fiery, kind of Israeli-inspired number was written for a film in which it didn't get used. That happens sometimes. I know, what a nice piece of music, it didn't get used. But sometimes filmmakers prefer silence, and in this case, the filmmaker thought that the end titles should roll to silence. So if you want to hear the director's cut of the movie, of the music, just stay after the show, or you can listen to it at home, any hour. So, the idea to release an album in those days was this idea of another guilty party that's going to come up to the stage. And then my girlfriend, now my wife, she said, yeah, you should release an album. It should be a nice calling card. And so I did. And it became a very nice calling card, because so much of that repertoire has been played in many different contexts, in concert, in dance, in film. And it's given me a joy to get to know musicians and to build repertoire on top of that original starter repertoire that we had from the album. So I'd like to invite to the stage a wonderful lady who, when we were starting the band, she said, we should call it Ljova and the Kontraband. I said, don't you want to be in the band? She said, no, I'll be your guest artist. Well, she hasn't missed a single performance in 19 years. So please welcome to the stage my wife, Inna Barmash.
Hello, everyone. Yes, sometimes I even have to drive 6 hours to make a performance, but it's a delight to be back here, and really grateful for the wonderful hospitality and welcome that we got here. I'm gonna sing a couple of Yiddish songs. I was born in Lithuania, that I know it was the ancestral home for many of you. I came to this country about 100 years after your fathers, grandfathers, great fathers came here. But my parents were actually from Ukraine, from what is now Western Ukraine. And the repertoire I like to sing, was collected from Ukraine, but I assure you that I sing it with pure Litvak accent in Yiddish, since I did learn how to sing in Yiddish in Vilna. So you will be hearing pure Yiddish, the real Yiddish. The first song is a love song. If I had wings, I would fly to you. And if I had chains, I would pull you to me. There on the other side of the river, there stands my love. Her eyes are full of tears, and I say, don't cry. Your tears won't help. Just look at me, and you will see how heavy, how dark my heart is with love for you. Wenn ich soll hoben fliegerlich, oi wollt ich doch zu dir geflogen. Oi, wenn ich soll hoben keterlich, wollt ich doch zu dir gezeugen. Oi, wenn ich soll hoben keterlich, wollt ich doch zu dir gezeugen. Oi, auf jene seit Teich, auf jene seit Brück, oi, seinen die Zweigen gebeugen. Oi, dorten steht meins Leben mit verweinte Augen. Oi, dorten steht meins Leben mit verweinte Augen. Oi, hör schon auf zu weinen, oi, hör schon auf zu klagen. Mit Weinen wirst du gar nicht machen. Oi, öffn auf mein Herz, wirst du sehen, wie sie schwarz. Wirst du wissen, wie lieb hab ich dich. Oi, öffn auf mein Herz, wirst du sehen, wie sie schwarz. Wirst du wissen, wie lieb hab ich dich. A bullet, a fiery bullet. Such a bullet should pierce that man who talks you into becoming another girl's groom. You are now a groom, and may you have fortune and luck, but I am still not a bride, and you'll come back to me one day. You'll come back to me. We went walking, but the road was too narrow, and that man that man who led you away from me. May he find himself in a desolate hospital.
Og jeg koil de feil de koil. Altså koil kunde menschen de schießen. Altså koil kunde menschen de schießen. Når væse hat dich und mir abgerät, waren anderen Mädel zu wehen nach außen. Oi, du bist schon nach außen geworden. Es soll dir sein mit Masel und mit Glück. Sie soll dir sein mit Masel und mit Glück. Nur ich bin doch noch kein Kalenit geworden. Oh, ja, Jungen sind nicht noch Kunke sich zurück. Spazieren wir beide gegangen. Der Schlag ist gewesen, weil uns schmoll. Der Schlag ist gewesen, weil uns schmoll. Nur wer hat dich von mir abgerät? Rein soll in dem Wissen Hospital. Nur wer hat dich von mir abgerät? Rein soll sein in dem Wissen Hospital. And may you all be healthy.
Yeah, and don't wind up in a distant hospital. I really don't understand why that line is funny. They all end up in a distant hospital. It sounds kind of distant and dismal, but everybody laughs. Okay, we're going to play, speaking of distant hospitals, we're going to play a tune of mine that was also on the multi-track viola album called Middle Village. Oftentimes in my life, my tunes have names that are from places where I wrote them. For instance, I wrote a tune for the Ken Burns Hemingway documentary. Anybody seen that? The main title music is a piece I wrote called Flor de Mayo. Where do you think it was written? At a restaurant called Flor de Mayo on the Upper West Side. So we're going to play a song called Middle Village, which was written, of course, in Middle Village, Queens. I'm not sure what I was doing there, but it says on the sheet music I was on the Q29 bus. But at that time, I was also kind of picturing, well, there is this guy from Village A, and then there's this girl from Village B, and they meet in Village C. So it's like the middle village where they secretly meet, maybe. That was my thought. This tune was actually also used in a Francis Ford Coppola film called Youth Without Youth. Anybody seen that? It was a film he made after a long hiatus, shot entirely in Romania, based on a story by Mircea Eliade about a gentleman who lives his life backwards and grows younger every day, and kind of a time-traveling story. It was used in that film, yeah, we'll play for you. And there's also a vocal version of it, but we're not going to do the vocal version. We'll do the instrumental version of it. So we'll give you Middle Village. So when we started Ljova and the Kontraband, calling the band Ljova and the Kontraband, or Ljova and anything really, was my mom's idea. My mom is, she's like, your name must be in the name of the project. But my hope was that even though my name was the name of the project, that we would always play music by other members of the band, that it would be more of a composer collective. And so, notwithstanding my name being on the project, we'll also play music by other members of the band. So we will feature now a piece by Vilna-born, the accordion player over here, wonderful composer. I spent the first 3 days of this week on tour with Simone's project called Arcobello. We started the week in Atlanta, then we were in Durham, then we were in DC. Simone continued the tour in, where were you? Baltimore, and 3 more places in DC, and the tour continues, her tour continues. She jumped off of her tour to be on our tour residency for a couple of days, and then she has shows in New York and Philadelphia next week. So we'll play a piece I learned from Simone this week. It's a piece of hers called Blind Spots. You want to say anything about it? Beautiful piece. So now we'll feature another piece by another band member. This is a piece by our bassist, Pedro Giraudo. Pedro is, in addition to playing here today, an amazing band leader and composer. And he had a big band, and now he has a tango quartet. And what else? You have so many. Now the Sinfonietta.
Yes.
So he's an amazing composer. We're just going to play a short piece of his, but he has so much music, and so much of it is so beautifully arranged. And I love playing his music, and I love playing with him because he's such a great gent, great chap, and a wonderful character, and a great New York mover and shaker. I forgot to mention he's also a Latin Grammy winner. So there's that. We're going to play a piece of his, and he'll tell you more about it.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for being here. It's a true pleasure to be here under the amazing leadership of Mr. Ljova, playing this music for you all. And now we're going to play a waltz. Actually, waltzes are a very important part of the tango tradition. And we're going to play one that I wrote kind of imitating the traditional style. And this one is about kind of aging and the dexterities that we learn through the process of aging. And that makes kind of the whole thing beautiful. The piece is called Destrezas, or Dexterities, referring to that. So enjoy.
Pedro Giraudo. Thank you. Matthias has not given us a tune yet. at least maybe by the end of the show. Well, okay, we're still working on a tune from Matthias, but nonetheless, I think we'll play, how about this? We'll play a tune from A Ghost in This Room. We'll play a couple of tunes from the Benzion Black record collection that were lovingly transcribed by Brian Perkins. Is Brian here? Hey, Brian. So, thank you for this. So, you know, we don't know what I guess what we do know about Benzion Black is from his record collection that is at UVM that you can go listen to. And so we'll play a couple of tunes. This is a chora and another tune. This is from Bessarabia, from where Inna's parents were from. And so we'll play a slow one, a waltzy kind of Jacques kind of chora, and a more 4/4 kind of chora. Sorry. But nonetheless, very, very precious, beautiful pieces and artifacts that we know that he listened to, right? He had in his record collection. So it's very precious to play it here, very special to play it here, so that's what we'll do. Thank you, Brian, for these transcriptions. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. So now we'll play a tune of mine called Crutch Ahoy Niggin. Now, you all know Chips Ahoy. And so this is a song about Crutch Ahoy. This has a little bit of a story. My mom went to the opera. My mom went to the opera to see Richard Wagner's Parsifal. Has anybody seen Richard Wagner's Parsifal? No? A couple of people. It's about 6 hours long. It's like a flight to Los Angeles and maybe to Seattle, from New York to Seattle. It's like 6 hours long. And if you want to sleep the whole time, it's very slow. Most of it is very slow. Beautiful music, but very slow. And so after watching Parsifal, my mom came out of the opera house, and I'm going to make a terrible pun, and she Parsi fell. I haven't tried that. Sorry. It's a new pun. We're trying it out on the out-of-town circuit. So my mom fell, and for the first time in her life, she had an injury. She went to the hospital, and they said, it's fine. You just broke a little toe. It's going to be fine. It's going to heal. They put her in a cast, and they said it's going to take a few weeks. Actually, another funny story. So it's 2 days later, and they said that, it'll be swollen for a while, but the swelling will go down. 2 days later, my mom calls the hospital and says, hello, this is Irina Gisburg. I was in your office a couple of days ago. Now my casket is too big. True story. I think she meant to say cast, but wasn't that a funny story? So she calls, and so they say, it's okay, the swelling has gone down, everything will be fine. And sure enough, after a few days, everything was fine. But my mom had these crutches, and she kept them as, that's what you do with crutches, right? They're a crutch. You're supposed to throw it out, but just in case you keep it around. So this tune is called Crutch Ahoy Niggin, because the first part of this tune, I tried to comfort my mom as she was walking around New York with a crutch. But the second part of this tune is a dance, because a few weeks later, she was walking around New York with one crutch, and she was using it to hail buses and to hail cabs and to get preferential seating and all sorts of other stuff. And so she was enjoying having this crutch with her. So that's this tune. It's sad and happy, sad and happy. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'd like to bring back Inna to sing a few more songs. So Inna, please come back.
Well, thank you so much. We're gonna play a song that Ljova set the music to Middle Ages German poetry that was translated to Russian by his grandfather. Ljova comes from a family of celebrated musicians and poets, and his grandfather popularized centuries of German poetry in the Russian language. So many people grew up with some of these poems. I will sing it in Russian, but I translate it to English so you know what it's about. So this was written in the Middle Ages. Lies and spite command the world, suffocate its consciousness. Truth is poisoned, dead is law. Honor killed, obscene extolled. Blindly shut are gates of faith, kindness, love can't penetrate. And the wisdom of our days teaches theft, deceit, and hate. Friend is traitor to a friend, spouse to spouse, a common liar. Peddles brother in his brother, lewdness reigns in shameless pyre. Come, you dear, to my trail, I will surely make you fail, smirks the bigot in conceit, knife preparing for defeat. Such are happy days we live. Respite, order lost, forsaken, and our God's beloved Son, once more crucified again.
Ложь и злоба миром правят, совесть душат, правду травят, мертв закон, убита честь, непотребных дел не счесть. Заперты, закрыты двери, доброте, любви и вере. Мудрость учит в наши дни, укради, обмани. Друг в беде бросает друга, на супруга врет супруга и торгует братом брат. Вот какой царит разврат. Быть камель вже. Ложь и злоба миром правят, совесть душа правду травят. Мед закон убита честь, непотребных дел не счесть. Что за времечко такое, ни порядка, ни покоя. И Господень Сын у нас вновь распят, который
Thank you. That was poetry of Lev Ginsburg. And I don't know about you, but let's put it this way, I translated this, probably a decade or two ago. And every year I sing it and I say, yeah, and every year it seems like the Middle Ages are closer, but think about it. Think about it, we're here. So we have survived this before. That's a good point. And by the way, we also have a gypsy party band. So if you have friends in New York, we're playing this coming Wednesday, November 12th. Look it up or come to us. We'll tell you about it. I will go back to singing nice Yiddish songs. This is, some of you were here yesterday. I sang the song, Oy Abram, I can't live without you. You without me and I without you is like a doorknob without a door. Oy, Rifkin, you give me your lips.
Hast du mir gesagt, ach so die Neue? Oi, Rifkin, you, gibst du mir dein bisschen, you? Oi, Rifkin, you, gibst du mir dein bisschen, you? Oi, Abraham, ich kann und dir nicht sein. Ich und dir und du und mir ist wie Gedenkst du auf dem Boulevard, ich der Kluge, du der Narr. Oi, Rif, bin you, gib schon mir dein bisschen, you. Oi, Rif, bin you, gib schon mir dein bisschen, you. Oi, Weina schein Mädel, oi, Welfkin you, gibst mir dein Tiskin you, oi, Welfkin you, gibst mir dein Tiskin you, oi, Welfkin you, gibst mir dein Tiskin you. Thank you, and we'll take Yiddish into the Golden Medina, the Golden Land, the United States, the streets of Second Avenue, Yiddish theater, and I'll sing a couple of songs from the Yiddish theater repertoire. The first one is Belts, My Shtetl Belts. It's a song that was created here by the immigrants who came here, but was just as popular in the old country. I made it back there. I heard it from my grandparents, so here we are. Belts, My Shtetl Belts. It's a song of nostalgia. Als ich tu mir Dämonen, meine kindische Jahren, Punkt wie Cholem, seht aus mir heus, und seht aus das Heisele, was heute einmal geglanzt. Sie wächst noch das Bämerle, was sich auf verpflanzt. Oi, 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 Belz, mein Städtele Belz, meine Heimele, wo ich hab meine kindische Jahren verbracht. Oi, 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 Belz, mein Städtele Belz, in allem Stiebele mit alle Kinderlach dort gelacht. Oh, jeden Schabes flieg ich laufen mit alle Hinglach zum Reich. Zu sitzen unter dem grünen Baum, alle Weiden bei den Teichbelz. Mein Städtele Belz, mein Heimele, wo hab gehad die schöne Chaläume Sassa. Der Stiebel ist alt, bewachsen mit Moch. Der Stiebel ist alt, in Fenster kein Glas. Der Stiebel ist alt, zu beugen die Welt. Ich wollt schon gehört, das wieder nicht erkennt. Oi, 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 Belz, mein Städtele Belz, mein Heimele, wo ich hab meine Kinder Mein Stiefelpelz, mein Himmel auf hoch abgehabt, die schöne Aleumenes Asa.
Thank you so much, Inna Barmash. I'd like to reintroduce the band. Before we play the last song, is Matthias Künzli on the percussion, Pedro Giraudo on bass, Simon Baron on the accordion. Thank you. My name is Ljova. I play the fadolin. That's the music. I just wanted to, before Inna sings the last song, if you clap very loud, there will be another one. Oops. I just wanted to say, first of all, I should mention that there are CDs. If some of you still have a CD player, we have something you can stick in it. I have some limited edition CDs in the back, so approach the bench or approach the bima. We should probably not transact business on the bima, but we should go somewhere else. Maybe to the side. But I do have CDs if you're interested, including of Inna's beautiful project, Yiddish Lullabies and Love Songs, the Kontraband album, and I think my solo album, the one that started this whole Mishugas. And I also just wanted to say a huge thank you to Aaron Goldberg, to John, to everyone here at Lost Mural. I also want to thank Ken and Rebecca, who fed us yesterday and today. And also, I wanted to thank Brian Perkins for the wonderful transcriptions and the program yesterday, the Community Music Jam. It was such a beautiful program. Thank you to everyone who contributed and it put together the Northern Nosh. It's been such a wonderful, wonderful weekend here. Such a kind of a 360 kind of event, seeing so many different people and so many different, reaching so many different constituents, as people say. But really so many different friends in this community. I hope that we can come back. I also want to thank once again Natalie Newyard, who again, back in 2012, we met, in a cold conference center in New York, and I said, well, I'm a musician, and she was, okay, I'm interested. Then we went out for ramen, and we talked some more, and next season we were here, and you trusted us to bring music then and this year, and you introduced us to all of this community. This all started with you and your trust in our music, so thank you. And I also want to thank, the band is the band, but it doesn't sound any good without the sound man. So the sound man over there is Michael Schachter. Your wonderful neighborhood composer, and he's married to a wonderful city council lady, Allie. Where are you, Allie? And these kids here. So they represent the best intentions of this community, I hope. Thank you to everybody who put this together. Thank you who supports the Lost Mural Project, the Ochavi Tzedek Synagogue, who supports Jewish life in Burlington and the surrounding areas. And huge thank you, Marty, thank you. And we'll pass the mic back to Inna.
And while I have the mic, some of you have been coming up to me and asking me, so what is Lithuania like? Tell me about Vilna, tell me about Kovna, tell me about the little village I came from, and I can tell you two things. Lithuania is a beautiful country that you should visit. It is underappreciated, and you should visit. When we were in Lithuania in August, just earlier this year, and one thing that you do feel in Lithuania, other than its beauty, is the fact that it's very close to Russia, and those borders, have moved a lot in the past centuries. And the other thing that I felt very deeply walking the streets of Vilna, and then we went to Palanga and Kovna, is the absence of Jews. There are lots of beautiful memorials and commemorations. There's a brand new statue of Leonard Cohen in Vilnius. Here's one more reason to visit it. And lots of beautiful places, but it's the absence of the people that I felt very deeply in a way that I didn't feel when I was a child there, because of course when I was a child there was a flourishing Jewish community that still remained after the war. So it is especially beautiful to find this community here. So you are the people that are missing from those streets, and it's wonderful to see the life and the community that you built here. And I will close this with by Mir Bist du Shein. I'll sing it in English, because we are in the new country. And thank you so much.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Of all the boys I've known, and I've known some, until I first met you, I was lonesome. And when you came inside, dear, my heart grew light, and this old world seemed new to me. You're really swell, I have to admit you deserve expressions that really fit you. And so I racked my brain, hoping to explain all the things that you mean to me. By Mir Bist du Shein, again I'll explain. By Mir Bist du Shein means that you're grand. You can sing along. By Mir Bist du Shein, please let me explain. By Mir Bist du Shein means that you're grand. I could say Bella, Bella, even say Wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you have tried to explain. By Mir Bist du Shein, so kiss me and tell me you'll understand. By Mir Bist du Shein, you've heard it all before, but let me try to explain. By Mir Bist du Shein means that you're grand. By Mir Bist du Shein is such an old refrain, but let me try to explain. It means I am begging for your hand. I could say Bella, Bella, even say Wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you have tried to explain. By Mir Bist du Shein, so kiss me and say you'll understand.
Barmash, Matthias Künzli, Pedro Giraldo, Simon Barona de Accordion. My name is Ljova. Okay, we'll do one more. That's great. Thank you guys so much. So we'll do one more that is very, very much fresh baked. This one was fresh baked around noon today by your sound man and community composer, Michael Schachter. That's right, a dream of mine came true. Yesterday we were having dinner, and when I come from New York to a Jewish community, in as much as possible, I try to bring something from Zabar's. So I brought from Zabar's yesterday. Is that the right sentence structure? No, it doesn't work the other way. From Zabar's I brought a babka. So we were having dinner yesterday, home-cooked meal by Ken and Rebecca, and we had babka for dessert. And we were just like talking about all the different flavors of babka, and they could come up with this and come up with that, and how this and that. And then I blurted out something that said, kebabka. It's like a kebab babka. I needed to explain that, you see. So we were just joking about it, and then I was like, well, somebody should write a tune like that. So I punted it to Michael, since he has so much time with these two little kids. And so I said, Michael, you should write this tune. So he did. Okay, and we haven't tried this with an audience, since this is very fresh baked, but why don't we do a little audience participation and a little odd meter practice for us and for you as well. So, let's see. Babka, kebabka, babka, kebabka, babka, kebabka, babka, kebabka. Thank you. Only bacon.